Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This video is about MySQL command line. MySQL or MySQL uh, can be done in three different ways, as I told you in a previous recording. That can be done in graphical user interface or command line or through PHP files. My previous video that I have put here in week 11 tells you here this video MySQL is introduction to MySQL database, where I have explained how to connect to the database and how you create database using PHP files. So PHP files and MySQL and HTML will be the focus of week 13 and 14. But I would like to devote this week 12, basically for MySQL command line, because command line is a third option of doing MySQL commands. Why command line? Why command line if I can do it using graphical user interface here? So here, if you click in admin, it take you to PHP my admin, where you can go to you can actually create database, any database, like here, like this one. You can create it, so it will be one of the databases that is here. And when you create tables, and you can actually also in these tables you can change the tables, you can drop them, you can edit them, you can browse the table and check specific column, delete it or edit it, whatever. We have done this quick review for graphical user interface. So this is one of them. But the question is still, why do we do command line if I can do it in graphical user interface? The question is simply because not all of the time that you are exposed to graphical user interface. Sometimes you will be logged in remotely to MySQL server through networking protocol, using telnet protocol, for example, or FTP protocol, or any networking protocol like the in scripting, like Apache, like Bash shell, or Core shell, or some networking protocol that you only log into the server using command line, and you don't have exposure to graphical user interface. How you deal with it, how you create tables there, how you create databases, how you insert values into tables, how you update, how you delete, how do you do that? This is why we have to understand the command line usage of MySQL. So now I said three ways: graphical user interface, which is what you see here, and PHP, where in PHP you need to create PHP files and put them here in this folder, like these files here, like these files, like for example to create the databases, you can use specific file like this one, or you insert values, you use the SQL commands inside PHP files to insert values and stuff like that. So as I told you, I'm going to leave this focus of PHP files of MySQL to week 13 and 14. In this week 12, I would like to focus on MySQL command line. I put here a PowerPoint file, chapter 18, where the focus of this PowerPoint file is going to be on MySQL server, and you don't need the whole chapter. You don't need the whole chapter. You need only the first 57 slides will be enough, because the integrated query language is not covered in this course. So let us start from the beginning. What is command line? Command line is the environment where we execute commands. We type them, and I can get a command line prompt by typing cmd here, down there on the left hand side. Type cmd, you will see the command prompt application, this one. So open it, and here is a command line prompt. So here I can go to MySQL. How do I go to MySQL? I go to MySQL by, remember this MySQL is installed where? It is part of exam, so it is here. What is inside exam? What is the folder inside the exam? It is called MySQL folder, and here in the bin, and here it is called MySQL. So this application, I would like to run it from the command prompt. This MySQL application, this is an application, you see that it is located where? It is located in C drive, in exam, in MySQL, in bin. So this path name here. So if I actually try to change directory to this folder here, so this one actually takes me to the bin. Okay, it takes me to the bin. In this bin there is a lot of directory, a lot of executable files. You see them, all of them are executable files. These are executable files. I need this one, MySQL. So the command mysql -h host name -u root. That means you'd like to log into MySQL server. Yep. The host name, not host name actually. The h is not host name. It's called localhost. Remember localhost. This one, localhost. Usually, remember when I go to localhost, and then I say slash, for example, index.php. I execute the files here, or localhost slash array1, array4, array6. Remember this, right? So I create this PHP file and run them from the localhost. So here I said run the MySQL command prompt -h localhost -u root. Okay, this one will actually take me to the MySQL server. This server connection, they said welcome to the MySQL monitor. Commands end with semicolon or /g. Let me use semicolon after every command. So first command I would like to do is to show the databases. Show databases with an S. This will tell you the current databases. All right. So these all the commands the databases that have been created before. So I'd like to create one. You can type create database, or you can drop one. So there is one there I would like to drop database CSE. I would like to drop this CSE. Okay, this one is going to be dropped. So I can show the database to make sure that this has been dropped, so it is not there anymore. I would like to drop this one, my DB. So drop. I use the arrow, by the way, the up arrow key or the down arrow key to go to the previous commands that I have done in my laptop keyboard. So let me drop another database called my DB. Create my DB. So I'm going to drop this one as well. Okay, then this one is going to be dropped as well. Let me show my databases. Show databases. Press enter, and here is gone. This is how to see the database. If you'd like to use specific database, type use. For example, use forum. So this one means I would like to go to this database to see what is inside it. Okay, here it is, database change. If I would like to see if there is the table there, type show tables. Show tables. If there are tables, it's going to tell you what are the tables. So I have here a table called discussion, for example. So there's only one table. If you'd like to describe it, you type describe discussion, and this one will show you the description of the table, which look like that. It has topic, name, message, and stuff like that. And these are the data type, and this is null or not null. This is primary key, it doesn't have a primary key, and so on. So let me create a new database, and then create a table in this database, then insert values, and then update, and then delete. And this is the topic for today. So to create a database, type create database. Let me create a database called CS for computer science. CS. That's it. So I'd like to see if it is already there. Show what? Show databases. Here it is, CS. It is created right here. I would like to create tables in this CS database. So what do I use? I use this database by typing use CS. That means you like to change to this database. Here it is. Currently there is no tables. See, show tables, nothing, empty. Alright, empty set. That means there is nothing. I would like to create a table called course. Create table course with 3 columns, like course number with integer, and title or course name, CNAME, text, and reg date, registration date as date. Data type, yani integer is a data type, text is a data type, and date is a data type. Okay, course number is the first column, this one is the second column, and this one is the third column. We put semicolon at the end, press enter. So the table has been created. If I would like to show tables or describe the table, describe DESC course semicolon. So this is the table I just created. If you forget a semicolon in the first line and it gives you this second line, you can put a semicolon immediately and then press enter. It will work. Alright, you like to do some DDL commands like alter table course, for example, modify CNAME, make it text with 15, make it not null. That means I would like to modify this CNAME to make it null. Yes, this one should be no now. Modify the course name, make it 15 characters, not null. I would like to describe it again. You can do this one and then see here. Now it is tiny text, which is changed from text to tiny text, which is a data type like varchar and char and text and stuff like that. Because I have put 15, usually it will change it automatically to tiny text. This one is changed also from yes to no. It used to be yes here, now it is no. So forth. You can this one has no primary key. If you like to add a primary key, you can actually execute a command like this to alter table course, modify course number, int, and then you can put the new digits here from 11, you put 10 for example. But this is the most important here because you would like to make this field primary key. So if you press enter, then it is executed. If you'd like to describe the table, you see that this table now has a primary key here on this course number. Alright, so this is to use some alter command to change data type or data size or add a primary key. You can add a column, you can remove a column and so forth. What I would like to do now is to insert values. Like let us insert only 3 or 4 records into this table by typing insert into course values 1 2 3 1 2 3 for course number, and then let me put CS 362 for the course title. Then for registration date, usually the date in Mysql will start year first, then day, month, then day, like that. So 2020 you put it first, and then the months, and then the day. So let me execute this command. So this one is inserted. Let me insert another one. I'm gonna put this one 1 2 4, and then C 4 2 5 4 2 5. Then put this one 0 7. One more. Insert. Make this one 1 2 5, and then this one 3 10. And this one is 15 of April. So these are 3 records. How to see them? You can type select all from course, and this will show you all these records that we have done. If you'd like to insert one more, let me insert one more violating my primary key. So if I would like to change this one to 311 for example, and then registration date on May 15th, this one will not work because it's going to complain about 125, because 125 here is being inserted before, and this is a primary key because course number is a primary key here. See that? So this is not going to work. See, it says duplication entry for 125 for primary key. Alright, so it is important that you put a primary key on the table. If you forgot, you can change the table by doing this alter command to modify the table and put a primary key on it like this line here. Okay, so now what after I inserted some values in the table? After I inserted some values in the table, I would like to see if I can update. You can use update course set, for example, set C or registration date. Let me change the registration date equal new registration date. Let me put 2020 04 0 9. Wire for what? I'd like to change it for the first one. Wire course number equal 1 2 3. So what you're doing here, what I'm doing here, I am changing the course table by setting the registration date equal new registration date, different from this one. For what? For course number 1 2 3, for this one. Alright, so here it is. If you'd like to select all to see what is going on, you can see that this has been changed now from this date to this new date. You can change anything here. So if you'd like to do another update statement like this, update, for example, the course name C name, make the C name course name equal to CS CS 350, for example, where course number is actually 125. Course number 125. So this one has been changed. If you look at the last record, you will see that it's been changed from 310 to 350. So this is how you update the tables. If you'd like to delete, for example, I would like to delete this one, last one. So I delete using this record, this primary key. You can do this one, delete from course. If you put a semicolon here and press enter, you're going to delete everything. Delete from course means delete everything from course. But it is so important that you include a wire clause if you like to delete a specific record. So here you can delete using course number. Okay, course number 125. So I am deleting from course only course number 125. So the entire record is going to be deleted. And if you'd like to see what is in the table, you'll see only the first two records here. So the last one is gone. So basically, this is a quick video to show you how you can log in to the server from command line using this command cd c/exam/mysql/bin. In the bin directory, if you type dir, you will find a lot of folders and files. You are looking for an executable file called MySQL, which is this one. Basically, I use it like this. To log in. Here, from this command prompt, I type this command, which is MySQL -h. -h means what is the host name. Host name is localhost. What is the user? User is root. You type -u, so it is a flag for this one. By the way, you can type -p space password and then the password if there is a password. If there is no password, then you don't have to include it. But if there is a password, you can use -p here, -p, and then put the password after that. But if there is no password, just leave the command just like this, and this will log you in to MySQL server, and then you can type show databases to tell you what are the current databases. As you see, gives you a table like that. Here, for example, I have 12 databases by default, and then you can drop database. Like here, I have dropped a database, and I am now left with 11, and then I dropped another one. I dropped this one again using drop database and then database name. I am left with 10, and so forth. If you like to use a specific one, like I did earlier, I created a database called CS. So now CS is one of them, and then I said use CS. Use CS means go to that database, and then there is nothing there, so first I created a table. Create table, I give a name, field name, data type, field name, data type, field name, data type, and then I can describe it to show you in this format. You can see the field name, data type, null key for primary key, if it is null or not null, and then if there is any extra comment or something like that. Then you can modify the table by using alter command. For example, here I am changing the data type for this course name. You can always describe the table using describe table name, and then it show you how the table look like. So for example, in this one I did add a constraint which is not null constraint. Alter table course, modify course name, not null, and then this is not null has been changed. You can see it here. Once I added a primary key on a table like this one, for example, I added a primary key for the course number, then you see that also this one automatically becomes not null. It was yes, now it becomes no. That means null, no, not null. And then I can insert values, as you could see, using insert command. You can update records using update command, and then you can delete records using delete command. So this is in a nutshell how you deal with this MySQL command line. But we don't actually depend a lot on creating application using command line in this course. So this is just for you, for your knowledge, to know it for yourself, to work with it in your applications, or you are doing something in your co-op training and so on. But for me, I'm going to, as I told you, I'm going to use PHP files with MySQL, and I'm going to save all the files right here in this folder, htdocs, and put the files, and maybe creating databases, and then in these databases I can create in these folders I create files. Each file does a specific job, and this is the focus of week 13 and 14, as I told you, inshallah. Alright, so that's it for this video, and I'm going to stop it now.